Hello, my little artists. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. And in case you guys didn't realize, that was our very own Captain America, Chris Evans himself, reading us that story about the superheroes having bad days. So, we're going to be doing superheroes today, and as you can see, today we're going to be learning how to draw Iron Man, who is one of my favorite superheroes. So, first thing we need to do is we need to get our pencils. I've got my Sharpie so you can see what I'm drawing. And your paper is going to be going tall portrait today. And we need to start with our name at the top. And then we're going to flip it over. And we're going to learn how to draw Iron Man today. Okay, so we got pencils and paper ready. We are going to start, and we are going to be drawing the top of his helmet first. So we're going to start up here, and we're just going to make a rainbow line. So up here at the very, very top, draw a big rainbow line, and we want this to take up the entire paper. So we're drawing really big today, okay? Drawing really, really big. Okay, now on either side of my rainbow line, I'm going to come down to about right here. Okay, so I'm going to continue this line down. And then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to go over so that they're about the same and take that line down. I want them to be about the same, and I don't think they look the same yet. So I'm going to keep drawing this one down until they look like they're at about the same length. Okay, now down here at the bottom of our paper, right in the middle, we're going to draw a horizontal line right down here at the bottom. So see my line all the way down here? Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to draw a rainbow line that comes from the right side of my horizontal line and curves up to that line there. So I'm going to curve. And then I'm going to do the same thing going the other way on my other line. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to curve down. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in just a little bit, and this time I'm going to do a curve down to the bottom. So watch, I'm going to start right here. We'll put me a little dot so I know where I'm going. I'm going to curve down to the bottom. So I made like a big almond, like football shape right there. Then we'll do the same thing over here. I want to come in a little bit, so I'm going to make myself a dot so I know where I want to go. And then I'm going to curve up to that because it's easier for me to draw like this and then you can see what I'm drawing. But if it's easier for you to start here and then curve down, you draw what is ever easiest for you. Draw whatever is easiest. Okay, so we've got the basic shape of his helmet. So now all we have to do is just add some details in, and it's just a bunch of different lines. So we're just going to be drawing a lot of different vertical, diagonal, and horizontal lines to make this look like Iron Man. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to start down here, back at the bottom, and we're going to come up a little bit, and we're going to draw a horizontal line right there, just above this one, and it's going to be smaller than this one. I don't even want it to touch these sides. So a little horizontal line. And then I'm going to draw 2 diagonal lines coming down. And then I'm going to draw a horizontal line over to the edge. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now I'm going to come above this one, and this time I'm going to draw a horizontal line from one curve to the next. I'm not going all the way across. I'm going to stay right here. So I'm going to come above this one, and I'm going to draw a horizontal line. Okay, so I'm going to draw another horizontal line right above that. Okay, so I got 2 horizontal lines there. Okay, now watch what I do next, okay? I'm going to start over here on these 2 horizontal lines, and I'm going to draw 2 diagonal lines coming down. So I started at my horizontal line and just drew 2 diagonal lines down. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to draw a line that connects those 2 and goes back up to this curve. I don't want it to go over to this point. Okay, so I'm just going to connect up there. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. The 2 horizontal lines. We'll draw 2 diagonals down, just little ones. And then we'll start at the bottom one. I'm going to draw a diagonal line up to this curve. So I got my 2 diagonals coming down. And then I'm going to connect up. Okay, now right here above my horizontal lines, I'm just going to draw a little smiley face right here. So I'm going to start over here and just draw a little smiley face. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So I want to take my finger and I'm just going to drag it over, and then I'm going to do a little smiley face over here. And now we've got the bottom of his helmet done. So take a second and finish that step, and then we're going to go and work on the top of his helmet. Okay, so now we're going to work on his eyes. We're going to work on his eyes. So we've got where these lines end. We want to come up a little bit. Come up a little bit. We're not going all the way to the top. We just came up just a little bit, not even halfway. And we're going to come in the middle and we're going to do just a little, it's not even really a rainbow line or a smiley face line. It's more horizontal, but it's got a slight curve to it. So I'm going to start right here. And see how it's just got like a slight curve to it? It's not completely horizontal, just a slight curve. Then over here on this side, I'm going to draw a little diagonal line down. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now right here in the middle, I'm going to do a horizontal line. And it's going to kind of match that curve there. Just right there in the middle. Okay, now the next line I draw, I'm going to come over. And I'm going to go ahead and draw the line so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to draw a little diagonal line down. But see how it doesn't touch this one? We'll do the same thing on the other side. Come over a little bit, draw a little diagonal, but it's not touching this one. This one's right in between it. Okay, now from this little line here, I'm going to draw two diagonals, and I want them to be kind of even with this one. Okay. Okay, now from this diagonal I drew, I'm going to draw a curved line back over here. I'm going to do the same thing over here. From this line to this line, little curved diagonal. Okay, now I've got these two lines coming down. So I'm going to draw a line going back over here. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now down here at the bottom, I'm going to draw another line down here. And then from that line, I'm going to draw a little diagonal right here. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Horizontal line under, and then a diagonal connecting those 2 points. And then as you can see, oh, I got one more line I got to draw. Sorry, one more line. I'm going to add another line here. Then I'm going to add another line here. Then I'm going to go ahead and color this in with my Sharpie so you can see what I'm doing here. Because I want to make this section dark. So you see how I drew that dark, colored that in? I'm going to color that one. And you guys can do this with your black marker once we get our markers out. So you see how I've got that section right there, black. Okay, now we're almost done. All we gotta do is finish his helmet, the top of his helmet, and we are done. So I'm gonna come above his eyes and draw another little horizontal line. And then I'm gonna draw 2 lines, kind of curving up, but not touching. They need to be about the same length. And then I'm going to curve this over, but I don't want it to touch the edge. I'm going to curve over on either side, but I don't want to touch the edges yet. Now this line, I want it to curve, come down, and then it's going to curve over and touch his helmet right about where the bottom of his eye is. So I'm going to come ahead and leave my finger here. I'm going to come down, and then it's going to curve over to my finger. Then we'll do the same thing over here. I'm going to come over, put my finger there. I'm going to come down, and then it curves over to my finger. Okay, we're almost done. Almost done. Okay, so back up here to this horizontal. I'm going to draw 2 diagonal lines coming up. They need to come up a little bit more. And we connect them with a horizontal. And then I'm going to draw 2 more diagonals coming off of that horizontal up to the edge. Okay, now I'm going to add these 2 little spikes, what looks like spikes over here. So what I'm going to do is from this corner, I'm going to come in a little bit, curve up, and then I'm going to bring that back down to the edge. And we'll do that on either side. Find the point, come over, curve in, and then curve back down to the edge. That makes those little spikes there in the middle. And we're almost done. We got 4 more lines, and then Iron Man is done. All we have to do is add 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So I'm just going to draw 2 lines over there on the left, 2 lines over here on the right. And then Iron Man's helmet is done. And we are finished drawing Iron Man. Now, obviously, Iron Man is a Marvel character, so we have to color him the way his character looks. So, I'm going to leave my example up here, and you can see how I've colored this in. His faceplate is all yellow, and then the outside is red. And then there's a few black spots in here. Like this section here, I'm going to go ahead and color in with my Sharpie. And you will color that in with your black marker. You guys can go ahead and use your marker for that so it's nice and dark. So I'm going to color this in with my green Sharpie so you can see what needs to be colored. So we color that section, and then this little sliver of a triangle here, that's going to be black. So I'll color that in with my green Sharpie so you can see what to color black. So those are the only things that you're going to color in black. I went ahead and outlined my entire picture in black and then just used a yellow and red crayon to color him in. And it just made it look, I think it made it look a little bit better. So go ahead and get your black marker and outline everything. And then the parts that I've got colored in green here, you're going to color black on yours with your black marker. Okay, so there's only 5 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so go ahead and finish coloring in Iron Man's helmet. And I hope you guys had fun listening to that story that Chris Evans read to us and learning how to draw Iron Man's helmet. So until next time.